go check that out. What's it got in it?
It's got a 4-cylinder. It's the original engine.
Okay.
It's the original.
Wow. What year is this?
63, Series IIA.
So it's all been, it looks like it's been totally, who's done all the body work and everything?
It was done when I bought it, a guy had done that, but he hadn't done a whole bunch with the engine or the driveline. In my opinion, the wheels are a little too much. They're too big, heavy ply. It doesn't drive very well, and there may be a couple too many springs. So it's, you know.
Yeah. What do you want to do with this?
Well, I wanted you to assess it, first of all. It's a good enough car that they do make full replacement engines and trannies that are brand new. I'm coming to you as the master. I just know this is kind of a lift up.
Well, you know, it's going to be worth more factory.
Okay.
And as I look at this, from the wiring harness to the radiator, you know, to everything that's left in here factory, it's going to be worth more from the factory.
Right.
You know, OE like this.
Sure.
If that's what you want, we can do anything. I've done these where they have the turbo diesel in them.
Right. No, I mean, if it's a salvageable engine, I don't know if it's ever been rebuilt before. I mean, it's, what is it, 63 to now?
Yeah, let's listen to it. Let's just
okay.
Let me hear it. Let's start it up. Let's check it out. It's so sweet though, dude. If it was mine, I would. You would totally original. Yeah, I would leave it original. Dude, it sounds so good. Leave it running just for a second. I don't think it needs rebuilt. I don't see a smoke. I mean, it might.
It just leaks like a sieve. So seals.
I mean, here's what I'll do. I'll run a compression test on it. If it's got good equal umph in all the holes, as smooth as it runs, I'm thinking we just reseal it, and then, you know, when we'll pull the gearbox out and do the same. I'll take it for a drive, make sure how it shifts and it doesn't grind. Okay. Does it grind in any gears? Or
it doesn't have synchro mesh on a downshift, so third to second is a grind, and you can't really go from second to first. It does have an overdrive.
But you're telling me that it grinds going from third to second, or
yes,
I can rebuild the tranny.
That's fine. I think the tranny should be rebuilt. I mean.
But this engine sounds so sweet, dude. Yeah. And the connecting rod bearings in that motor, they're so wide. I mean, this motor they don't have problems except they leak oil like that.
Right. And in particular, I'm sure this thing sits, you know, it just sat. But you'll feel, when you take it out, you'll notice that I think this is too much wheel, too many plies.
10 ply. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a forklift tire,
It's a bounce. Yeah, I know.
It started up good.
Yeah.
It idles good. My throttle shaft's not wore out. You know, that's what I was checking here.
Right.
I'm in love with this thing, dude. I wouldn't change a dang thing.
The one thing it does do, it does overheat. And so take a good look at the radiator. When I had it flushed once, it was really, really red. I mean, it was.
Really?
And I don't know whether, and they think they tried to put this kind of cowling on it, and it didn't really help. If I live up Immigration Canyon, and I drive from our shop up Immigration Canyon, and it'll overheat.
Your shop, what do you do?
We just have a man cave full of cars. I got another one of these. I have that. I have about 5 Porsches. I have a 550 Spider replica, a RS America, an RSR, a Safari. I have this car.
I got to come to your place.
You got to come to my place. I bought the building about 7 years ago. We have 2 lifts in there. We got a stacker for cars. And then we have a bar.
What did you do before you had the man cave?
By fortune of my mother, who is an Eccles, I run the Willard Eccles Foundation.
Oh.
So, but before that, for 20 years, I had a ski company in Salt Lake called Evolution Ski Company, and I was the licensee for the Olympics. So we built skis right downtown in Salt Lake from '84 to 2004. And I've been on the foundation since '87, but I've run the foundation since '99.
Wow.
So my dad lives in Ogden. There's also a Dankers Family Foundation from Ogden. So we do everything from Museum of Natural History to, you know, the whole gamut to homeless. And
yeah, your family does everything.
Yes, very proud. I mean, there's several foundations. Yeah. So that's what I do. So I kind of collect some cars, and it's a bit, you know, it's a habit. The Porsches, they're fun. I have a brand new Turbo S. So 2022 Turbo S, yellow, signal yellow. Custom. Well, I have an RS America that's a '94, one of only 4 yellow ones.
And this is down at the shop?
Yeah.
We got a trip
down.
I gotta come down.
I'll give you the other card. We call it Woodslow for Enterprises.
I'll be the guy peeking in the window.
No, come on down.
Oh, geez.
Michael, you got any pictures of the shop? we've been dying to find somebody like you, and I don't know why we didn't, you know?
We do the off-road stuff too.
Yeah.
You definitely need to know a guy like me.
Yeah, no, we do. Honestly, when your Instagram started popping up, I go, Michael, we've been driving past him our whole lives going to Ogden.
Yeah. Have you seen the shop?
No.
Come
We've seen you standing with the engines.
Come on. We kind of vamped this place, put in new lifts. There's a boat motor we're getting ready to put in. So we're just motors.
Do you work on Porsche motors?
We do.
You do? I've got a Porsche turbo block in my RSR that needs some love.
I used to be called Dave's Import Auto Service. That's my corporate name, Dave's Import Auto Service Inc.
Right.
The DBA is Dave's Complete Auto, Dave's Auto. But I started out, that's what I was.
Okay.
A Porsche mechanic.
Wow.
So I worked on all that air.
We'll bring the RS up here. It needs some love. We've messed around with PMB too long, and it's become
mechanical injection. I've done it all. We'll build any engine, but most of our engine lines are the 5 Duramaxes,
right.
The 4 Power Strokes, the Fords, and the 2 Cummins.
Well, there's so many, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you look around here, it's mostly diesel stuff. We've added this. This is our crank shop.
Oh wow!
So this is a crank welder. This is a cylinder welder. We can spin things on here, weld them. This is a wet mag. This is how we checking for cracks. That's a crank grinder. We do a crank grinder. This is a balancer. So this basically is our crank shop.
Right.
We're just getting this set up. This is my chassis dyno.
Wow.
Yeah. This is kind of how we've expanded this.
Well, you've definitely figured it out. It's awesome. This is incredible.
This is our running bench. So we'll lower the crane. We'll lower a motor in here, hook up the drive coupler to it, and we can turn the motor over. We call it a wet bench. We can do a running compression test on it. We can also vacuum check the cooling system, check our oil pressure.
Wow.
It's our way of on a long block before we install it.
Yeah.
We ship them out. You know.
Right. We're gonna have some fun with the Land Rover, and we'll bring a couple more. We got plenty of projects.
There's never not a Land Rover in the shop.
Nice trailer.
Have you seen how this works?
No.
So watch this.
I'm sure of that. Wow.
And then
They're making some nice stuff now. That fast.
yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
It's been a pleasure to meet you. You got my
gosh.
card? I plan
Yes.
on, if we can ever help you with anything, let us know.
I want to be able to show the world that this is the greatest life.
It's a good industry.
And not just automotive and machining, but working with your hands, producing something, whether it's a trade, being a bricklayer, a plumber, a contractor, welder, whatever. I mean, it's been a great life for me, and the world needs guys to still do that.
We're out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so out of them, dude.
Yeah.
I think we've put ourselves in a position, at least in America, where we're weakened because we don't have that workforce.
No, we'll get together.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Gosh,
Thanks
what
for
a pleasure.
taking the time. A
What
real pleasure.
We'll take a look at it and I'll let you know.
Dude, thank you.
Man. I'm a look at Tyson. You know, I'm gonna check this thing out, but I'm gonna make sure I find so much stuff wrong with this sweet ride that the guy just gives it to me. I'm seriously kidding there, but I love stuff like this, just open. I had an old Scout International that was like this thing, and I sold it. You know, have you ever sold a car that you just want to shoot yourself because you said, man, I can't believe I sold that? Everybody has. It was my old Scout International. So Tyson is giving me a challenge. The challenge is find something that isn't leaking oil. And my answer to that is, it's a Land Rover. That's what they do. You get your CV joint is on the inside here, but this is a trunnion joint is what that's called. You can go in the water with them and you put grease inside here so the joint always stays greased and it protects you don't have a boot. It's pretty dang durable. You know, this is when you know you got a good oil filter. When your oil filter's half the size of your engine. Check this out. This is the engine, that big. That's it. And here's the oil filter, that big. Let's figure out a way to get this thing so it's just not raining down on you with all this oil. I'm not going to tell you right now what it is. I want you guys to reply, why is that on the front of the crankshaft? And what do you think that thing does? What's this? That's the overdrive.
The overdrive.
I think. So guys, I need some help here. I can see the transfer case here and the parking brake drum, but what is this at the back of the transfer case? I'm a little confused about what that is. Okay, I think I figured it out. See the hole at the back of the bumper here? That hole goes all the way through here. Look, and it goes through here. See this? And then it has a plate on here. I'm thinking that that plate comes off and it drives some PTO. PTO is short for power takeoff. You could run some implement out of the back end of this thing. You know, maybe a piece of farm implementation or something like that. Possibly, huh?
Yeah.
Back in the day with this thing, 1963.
Yep, that's what they have it
Ooh,
listed
this thing's
as.
as old as me.
Wow.
Pretty dang sturdy though, man. But everything, I mean, this thing is just leaking from holy camole. But it's sweet looking. All right, well, this guy's got a collection of some sweet cars. He showed me on his phone some Porsches. I think we're gonna have to take a field trip, man. I'm feeling a field trip. I'm feeling it coming on. What do you guys say, man? Should we go check out his stash of sweet rides? Because this thing is sweet.